Hey, welcome to Don't Run with Scissors. I'm Kelly, your favorite Jeep driving lawyer, mom of twins, or crazy dogs who have all been rescued, and a rescue cat who likes to correct in her spare time. If you're new here, please hit the like and subscribe button. It sends me a message, it boosts my serotonin and my self-esteem, and I could use that. And if you're a returning friend, you already know the crazy you're in for. So grab your drink, sit on back, and let's have at it. I am going to do a 2025, well, really, it's a WIP parade of everything that I've brought into the new year. Um, I recorded this, well, I thought I recorded it once. I've hit the wrong buttons and everything, and it wasn't really recording, and you got most of my chair and not all of my WIPs. So we're starting over. Hopefully I can get through most of this before I have to run and grab my son. Otherwise, we're going to put you on pause, and hopefully we'll do this the right way. What I may do is stop and just do a part A and part B. Okay. So, my lovely daughter is going to assist me, mostly because my dogs have been, like, in a mood and whatever. So, I think that my dog, Lizzie, might be going through the menopause. Not really, but she's just moody. So, I don't know. Okay, so first up is my pandemic. My pandemic is on 14 count Ada. Don't come at me. I'm the wackadoodle who has made this pattern that is huge to begin with even more of a project because I'm doing it full coverage. Now, what I realized though is somebody has knitted with like knitting needles, and that makes this seem like child's play because that, like, amazing. I My goal is by the end of 2025 to have this at about 50%. Lizzie, go lay down. They're like crazy dog. I don't know. Okay, right now I think I'm right around 20%, maybe a little 16 to 20%. Don't quote me. It's in Pattern Keeper. So that's page one. So like this is all the way across. So we did make some progress this year. I did pull it out several times. Um, I chose to put more of the energy into the modern folk embroidery style, which I was hoping to actually get finished this year. That you'll see, did not. But we made some good progress on that one too. So, okay, next up is a favorite. It's a favorite of mine. I don't know if it's a favorite of yours. It's a favorite of mine. And I think in part it's a favorite of mine because it's a gift for one of my besties. And that is Jasmine. And Jasmine and I went to ASL interpreter, or ITP is what it's called. So interpreter training program together. And we ate pickles. Pickles was our go-to snack. And like I'm serious when I tell you, we would open a jar and each have a fork and we would just be eating pickles. Like people eat chips. Okay, so it is the Elf Forest Harvest Season Cucumber. I call it the pickle sampler because they're pickles. And I am stitching that for Jasmine on a color and cotton 32 count linen in the color Over the Moon. I started this at StitchCon this last summer, and we made some great progress. I do know that when for my series of ornaments that I want to do, I will then stitch the jar of pickles again. I love this piece. I love stitching on it. But again, I think I have just happy feelings towards it because it's for Jasmine. And if you knew Jasmine, you would want to stitch all the things for Jasmine too. Jasmine's amazing. Okay. What's in bag number 2, you ask? Well, let's find out, because I don't have a clue. Because not all of my bags have tags. This is self-dyed Ada, 18 count. um, because I could not find Ada in the called for color. So I just sort of winged and prayed and played like witch and just dumped a bunch of color um, into the pot and could not recreate it again if you paid me, because I have no idea what I dumped in that pot to get this color, but it's pretty darn spot on to the call for, which is fantastic. It is the Black Needle Society Sal from last school year. So it's the Schoolhouse Rocks. I absolutely love it. I have the pattern on my pattern keeper, so I can't show you a picture of it. What I love most, obviously, is I'm just a bill on Capitol Hill. That makes me so happy. And so when I finish this, I am going to take that little section and stitch it again as an ornament. Because. Next up is it's on 18 count off-white Ada. I started this in 2021. The only reason I know that is because the pattern is dated, so I'm going to have to alter that when I get to that. It is the Fruits of Plenty style by Modern Folk Embroidery. It's so pretty. I am stitching it in 310, and I believe it's 646 DMC with then random pops of color throughout it. I am over 50%. My goal had been actually I think I'm actually at like 70-ish% now. My goal had been to finish it. I came in to the year right around 50%. So I think I'm right around 70% right now. So that's pretty exciting. Too bad I can't get Bean to like fold the way too. She's handing me stuff, and although now my box is behind me, so now when I have to put something down, it's little. Okay, next up is the Quaker flag by the Vivsters, I think. They charted a bunch of different country flags. Obviously, I'm stitching the USA one because I live in the USA. And so it was the Quaker flag sal this year. I am stitching this on Atomic Ranch Sky 18 count Ada. I love Atomic Ranch either in the color Sky or Cloud. My preference is actually Cloud. Cloud is a little bit more mottled with white in it than Sky, but they're both so pretty. And my thought was that it would look like the sky and the flag would be waving in the sky. So, no, I don't know. No, I think it does go this way. Whoop. There went my topper off my glasses. So now you see what my glasses look like without my topper. But now, I've got my Jeep topper on. Okay, so I was doing really well with having like a motif almost like every 2 weeks done. And then I found out that the fill-ins you're supposed to fill them in with white. So I went back and I was starting to do that. I don't know that I necessarily care one way or another, so I may just pull out the little bit of white that I put in and not do it. I don't know yet. So I'm just gonna, but this got sidetracked because I started, why did it get sidetracked? I don't remember. I think it got sidetracked because I was I was pushing to finish Rosie at the beginning of the year, and then I was working on Kay and Dennis. I don't know. I would like to bring this back out though. The other one that I have One Nation, the one with the states as a flag, and I would like to, and it's all kitted up, and I would like to work on that as well, but I feel like I shouldn't have both of them going, so I have to hurry up and finish this one so I can work on that. Okay. This is the very ginormous project that normally lives in the Strawberry Shortcake bag from Tanya, because it fits it, which is one of the big things, because this piece is 96 inches wide by 60 inches high. It takes 2 people to hold it up, so I'm not going to be able to show you all of it, But it is the periodic table that I am stitching for my daughter. Believe it or not, it's in here.
It's a lot of blocks.
It's a lot of blocks because it's the periodic table. And then I will fill them in with the color as well as their atomic information and their abbreviation.
Atomic symbol.
The atomic symbol. Clearly I'm really good at the sciencing stuff. If you would like to see a picture of this all out being held up by both kids, go to my Instagram at His Princess Kelly on the Instagrams. That goes in that bag. Next up, another one that I thought would be done and is not. It is the Courage Sale that was started by, it's the Praiseworthy Stitches Simple Gifts Courage. It was started by Pam to mark the anniversary of her breast cancer diagnosis. I started it and I am working away, and then I don't know, shiny object syndrome, and I put it to the side, and yeah, here we are with It's Still a WIP. Okay. So I am doing this on Atomic Ranch Cloud. I told you. In an 18 count Aida. I love this fabric. I am using, my main two colors are Threadworks 11383 for my blue, and Forbidden Fiber Co. Pickle for my green. And I love Pickle from Forbidden. Okay. So those are the colors of intracranial hypertension, which is the brain condition that I have. And then I've added in white, and then teal. Teal is the color for I should know this. I picked it, and I picked it for a reason. Teal is the color for uterine cancer. And then white is for sexual assault survivors. So we've got a whole lot of me in there. The color, the initials are people that I know with those conditions. So this is my friend Shannon and my friend Ferris, who both have intracranial hypertension. So yeah.
Lizzie.
What is she?
She's trying to lay on top of them.
Okay. Next up in my bags of wonder is a piece for my son. My son is a French horn player.
So of course his personality is about his horn.
Everything is about the French horn. He actually started this. He learned to stitch, and he started it. He got in a whole whopping about 20 stitches, if that. Then I got annoyed, and so I thought, okay, well, I'll keep working on it. So I have it loaded in Pattern Keeper, and made some great progress on it. So that is, clearly I don't center things well. Don't ever come at me for that. But that is the top, because I was starting to worry that it was not going to fit. It does. It does. So that was on my WIP Go board this last year, I believe twice. So that got some good progress. I have this idea that essentially anytime he has a concert and I have to go and sit or something, that I will grab that piece and work on it. We'll see. Okay. Next up is my unicorn salad. That's what I call it. It's a Trans Pride Tapestry by Uncanny Kari and D's 20 Stitches. I will say, if Kelly in 2025 was to stitch this today versus Kelly in whatever year started this, I would not stitch all of these borders. I would just stitch this middle unicorn. And she would be a shiny girl with, either B5200 and a toile or something. I don't know. But she would be a shiny, shiny girl. So, in all of that time, I have made it down the one side. This actually does go a little bit. And then I have finally gotten to start that center piece, but, and then I'll have to go in and fill in what needs to be filled in. But I was like, if I could just get the outlines done, then it would be easy for me to sit, you know, when I'm waiting for the kids or whatever, without having to worry about counting and just fill in. I self-dyed this Ada, so sorry, you don't get it. Just me. Just me. Okay. Okay. This is a big project that I love. So this is 2 patterns by Lavender and Lace that I am smushing together. So it's Oh Christmas Tree and Celtic Noel. And I am going to smush them together, and then alter the mama so she looks like she is helping decorate, like with the strand of popcorn on the tree, so that, and then I'm not stitching all of this border. So yeah. So I am stitching this on Dirty Teacup by Needle and Flax in a 32 count linen. And I started the little popcorn bowl in the corner here. See his little popcorn bowl? Which is funny. It took me a bit because I was going to change. Oh, come on, camera. Lola. Whatever. Okay. Because my grandmother has a bowl, like that big ceramic yellowy color bowl. I own it now. Don't tell my mother. Don't tell my mother, because she doesn't know that I have it, but I have it. She may know now, but she didn't for years. I have it, and I'm not giving it up. But it doesn't have red stripes. It's got blue, and I was going to change it that way, and then I was like, well, no, because that's going to stick out really weird because it's Christmas. So I left it. I don't know. I'm still having thoughts that maybe I should go back, pull out the red, and stitch the blue to match my bowl. Because it's supposed to be me, because I'm going to change the mom's hair to like more brown. Both of my kids, my son is a redhead, and my daughter has strawberry blonde, although it's darkened up lately, like as she's gotten older. But as a kid, she had strawberry blonde hair. So it's like, I want them to look like us. So I don't know, maybe the bowl should match us. I don't know. Okay. In here is a cell from, I think it says on here, no, it doesn't. I don't know. I think it's from like 2020, maybe 20. I think it's like 2020 or 2021. From Peppermint Purple, they do a free blackwork sale every year. So I started, and I was doing really well, and I was just pulling random blue floss that I had that I liked that reminded me of water. And I was doing really well. Really well. And then I was, until I'm not. And now we're at the knot. And then so I started it, and then I was like, okay. Then I got sidetracked by all the other sales. And then I started it up again at the beginning of this year, and I thought, okay, I'm either going to finish it or we're going to UFO it. But then I got busy, I think, working on Rosie, and I just kind of, the squares they're black work, so essentially they're back stitching, which, if you know me, you know I don't like to back stitch. And it takes me forever. So the squares, I either find the rhythm very quickly and it's fine, or I don't find the rhythm very quickly and it's a pain in the ass and they take me forever. And so we've now made it, I think, past the first 3 months worth of squares, but that's it. So I don't know if I should try it again this year. That's my needle. I don't know if I should try again this year to maybe get it done, or if I should just chuck it in the bucket and say, it. I don't know. I mean, it will be really pretty when it's done, and it will go great on my beach themed wall. But Lord have mercy, it just is a lot. I don't know. up next? Oh, this is Kim's favorite piece that I do. And she's on my tablet. It is affectionately called, well, I affectionately call her Henrietta.
What?
She is officially called Monkey on a Throne. If you are not familiar with Monkey on a Throne, it's a full coverage piece of a monkey in a little red dress with bows in her hair, on her head, and she's wearing Mary Janes and anklets, and she's sitting on a toilet going potty. It makes no sense, and yet it makes all of the senses. So I've owned this pattern since the pandemic times, and I finally started it this last year on WIP Go for Kim, and I worked my WIP Go numbers for her. It was a viewer's choice, and Kim's vote won. So I worked my 5 days. Was it 5? It's 1,000 stitches. It's actually over 1,000 stitches that I put into it. So this is one of my full coverages that I would love to see done this year. Dare to dream. Okay, what's in the Polar Express bag? Okay. Dreaming of Daisies. Let's talk about Miss Karen Kuba from Rosewood Manor. If you are not Karen Kuba, you may not want to listen to my rant or my talk with you. You may. I don't know. Maybe you're friends with Karen Kuba. This is a beautiful chart. Okay. But your pictures on any of your charts are not selling your product. They're not. So you, my dear, need some better friends who will say, hey, Karen, that's great, but it is doing you no favors. Okay? Because all of it blends in to the background. Nothing's popping except for the green, which is not really the part you want popping at you. And it's just not selling your patterns. What you really need to do is reprint these and maybe grab Bobby from Pumpkin Primitives, who I think she's finished hers on this dark, grungy gray that you would never expect. But all of those whites for the daisies come popping at you, and it's absolutely stunning. And that's the picture your friend should tell you to put on the front of your patterns. Because my friends wouldn't tell me to, they'd be like, girlfriend, no, do better. Because your patterns are beautiful. Your patterns are beautiful. But that ain't selling it. And to be honest with you, the only reason I started this was because Stephanie was starting hers at StitchCon, and we were selling them together. And Stephanie started carnations. And again, she changed her fabric and everything, and it's gorgeous. And somebody else, I think, is doing sunflowers, and a couple of us, and it's the I'm Dreaming of Flowers style. Now, I have not worked on mine really since StitchCon because I've been busy with everything else. So, and I'm stitching this on Atomic Ranch Blue Ridge in a 28 count linen, and that's how far I got. And it's kind of blowing out. It does show up better. The center of my flower is pinks, which is not the called for at all. Susan from Keepsakes and I did some converting, so that it wasn't all white. I'm gonna have to go in just a minute. Okay, I don't know. I think this was just up here. Okay. So this is a bag that was gifted to me by the lovely Janet Jabber. It's a Linux Stitch Creates bag. She makes great bags. I own a couple of them. All but one of them, though, were gifted to me. In here, though, lives Vanessa's stocking. This is my son's stocking, who picked it because it's not only got a French horn, but also an English horn, in case you needed to know that. This is my son. Yes. All the back stitching, all the fuss and everything, right? So I am using the kit fabric. I'm using the kit floss. I was doing stocking Sundays. That kind of got away from me. It might be good to do them. Go back to that and do like first and third are for William stocking, second and fourth for Bella's stocking, and then if there's a fifth in the month, I'll start my stocking. So that's Vanessa's stocking. Okay. In here is a gift. Well, it will be a gift for my ASL mentor, Joyce. Joyce's favorite color is pink. I don't have the front copy picture of this anymore, but the pattern is called He Tends His Flocks, and it's by, I believe, the Tranquil Stitcher on Etsy. It's super pretty, but it's on Atomic Ranch blush linen, in a 32 count linen, because Joyce's favorite color is pink. This is totally blowing out. I will say that the top clouds are a little difficult to see even in person. I'm hoping as they're getting more filled in, and once it's got like a back on it to sort of fill it in, that maybe it won't be so difficult to see. I'm hoping. So that and the pickle sampler need to get finished ASAP, because those are both gifts to people. I'm going to try and finish this pile real fast. Okay. In here is a WIP that I actually have never worked on. I inherited it from my friend Lori. Lori is an absolute wonderful person, and she had started it, and then just doesn't have time for it, and it's not in her heart anymore, and I get that. But I think so. My goal is to finish stitching it for her, and then send it to her. But I have to make a working copy of the pattern, and then kind of figure out what she stitched and what, like, where we are in things, because I don't know. But she sent me no, she did not send me the floss. She sent me the pattern, and then what she had stitched. I don't even know if this is going the right way. It might not be. It might be. I haven't figured it out, and I haven't had the brain power to figure it out. And I think that's why I have not worked on it, because generally speaking, and she doesn't know that I want to finish it and send it back to her, so there's no, like, there's no deadline. What? I don't know that anybody think that she would watch this. Okay. This is a bag by Tanya at Needle and Bones. Love it. Some Tula Pink dinosaurs. How do we not love that? In here, okay, so this is the Epic Princess Sal from Clouds Factory on a piece of Ada that I dyed. I have also supplemented all of the Disney movies from Clouds Factory with ones that were charted by a shop on Etsy that is no longer available. So I used her two castles on the end, and then in the center, somebody in the group on Facebook redid a color conversion so it looks like Maleficent's castle. And Maleficent is my all-time favorite Disney villain. It is what it is. So I am slowly working on it, and mine will be a total of 5 columns across, and then however many down. I dyed this Ada. I wish I could remember how I came up with this color, because I absolutely love this color. And I have stitched a couple other things on it, but we got all the way across, not all the way across, but going from the one side. And then I had started to put in characters, but I have realized now, or since, that they're not in the right spots, and I have to tear them out. I did already take out 2 of the characters, so that's why I started working more on the borders. Do I see that getting done anytime soon? No. Maybe by the year 2050,000. Yep, I really gotta run. Okay. This is a piece of Bee Stitch Me in the color Glacier in a 36 count linen. I won this piece of fabric from Brandy and I love it. And on here is Lola Crow's Deadly Aquarium that I am stitching that will end up for my daughter Bella, or Bean as we affectionately call her. Yeah. I have part of the frame that is just over, this is like halfway across. So, it lives on my pattern keeper. Okay. In this Linux stitch bag, which has got fantastic fabric, Little Girl Scientist, hello. And then all the science stuff in the middle is Bella's stocking. So Bella also picked her stocking. It's a really crappy printout because my color was dying in my printer, but whatever. So Bella gets David's stocking. And I love this stocking. It is fussy as William's stocking is. Bean's stocking is so not fussy. And nothing could describe the two of them better than that. So it is on 14 count Aida. That is the entire front, like, top cuff. And we're working our way down. So, no. I got just a couple more bags in this stack, and then I'm going to go get my son. So I think we're just going to do it in part B and part A. Okay, in here is Ask Not by the Rusting Eagle. I started this 2021, I think. I want it done, but I think I want it done just because I want it off my WIP list, not because I necessarily plan on hanging it in my house. I don't know. I don't know what my hang up is. I keep saying I need to get it done, and yet it just lingers. So, I did work a little bit on it this year, but not a whole lot, obviously. It's pretty. Can you put these back? Probably not. In that bag. Oh, and this is a sewing whip, so that doesn't even count. Okay, in here is one of my dilemmas. So when Kevin came back from Ireland and we started dating, he fell in love with these goofy sheep. He has a thing for sheep. I don't know. I have already made several of these for him. I have 2 that I need to FFO, in fact. And he just swaps them. Actually, his mom is funny. She just has them all on display all at once, which is weird to me. But whatever. Okay, so I had planned to finish them for him, and I have 2 more in my room that I need to put in the bag. One is another Bent Creek. They sell them as kits usually. I think Happy Trails. Nope, even Happy Trails is a kit. So they sell them as kits. So I got another one that we didn't have when I was at StitchCon last year, and then I also got a sheep from Amy Brucken that is a birthday sheep. Kevin and I are just friends. We broke up, and we're not, I'm not going back. That's not gonna happen. And so part of me wants to just hurry up and get them done and off my WIP list again, and part of me is really, does he deserve them? I don't know. So I'm torn. Do I finish them for him because he is, we are still trying to be friends and that, and just say, okay, here, or do I just say, no, not happening? And Kim, you don't get a vote because I already know what your vote is going to be. Okay. she will voice her opinion, and I appreciate that. Okay, so in here is, this is also a Tanya bag, which is totally not, totally, I don't know, it's different than Tanya's normal, which is fine. This is, Jacques the Pumpkinhead. I affectionately call him Mr. Pumpkinhead. It is a sale that Tina and Kim and a couple others are doing. He's out of the Keepsakes magazine, the calendar magazine. There he is. Here, look at that. So we're working on him. We're supposed to work on him the 13th and the 31st of each month. I genuinely usually forget. Hence, he's not gotten a whole lot of work on him. So I need to catch, I need to do some more work. Also, there's supposed to be a Mrs. to the Mr. It's a rumor. I haven't been able to track it down. The artist, the designer is Barbara Sestok, Sestok. If anybody knows or can help me chart a Mrs. Pumpkinhead, I would really, really appreciate it. With that, I'm going to sign off now. We're going to end part A. I'm going to go pick up my son, and I'll come back and we'll do part B. And, you know, my traditional sign off. So, love you all. I will see you in a few.